Nazarina Isnia Syafitri. I want to talk about ethno-linguistic and anthropolinguistic. First, ethno-linguistic. Ethno-linguistic is the study of connection between language and culture. Explanation: this field explain how language shows the culture, tradition, and values of ethnic group. People use language in a way that daily live and feel. Second, object of study ethno-linguistic. Study language from related to culture, research study, local language, cultural words, names of people or place, and traditional experience to understand culture meaning. Third, scope of ethno-linguistic. Language and culture. Language contains cultural values, words, and expressions, so how people think and live. Language and custom. Custom and tradition are often explained and passed down through language. Language and belief system. Belief and religion use special words, prayers, and symbols in language. Fourth, social structure. Language shows social levels such as age, status, and respect. A. Language and ethnic identity. Language help people identify their ethnic group and cultural background. Fourth, important concept in ethno-linguistics. Language relatively. Separate this theorizes language influence how people think. Different language can shape different ways of saying the word. Language as cultural identity. The way people speak shows who they are, where they come from, and their cultural values. 5. Example of ethno-linguistics studied. Studied include speech level, kids terms, ritual language, and traditional poems. They show how language is connected to culture. 6. Research method in ethno-linguistics. A. Field observation research was how people use language in daily life. B. Interviews research talk to native speakers to understand meanings and usage. C. Text analysis traditional stories and texts are studied to find cultural meaning. D. Qualitative research. Data is explained in words, not numbers, to understand culture deeply. And 7. Functional of ethno-linguistics. Help preserve local language, understand culture, and protect language from extinction. Next, anthropolinguistic. Definition of anthropolinguistic. Anthropolinguistics study language as part of human culture and social life. It explains how people use language in real-life situations, such as ritual, conversation, and social interaction. Second, relationship between ethno-linguistic and anthropolinguistic. Ethnolinguistic focus more on language and culture, while anthropolinguistic focus more on people and social behavior. Third, scope of anthropolinguistic. A. Language and culture. Language carries culture, meaning, and tradition. B. Language and ritual. Special language in use in ceremonies and traditional events. C. Language and power. Language can show authority and social control. D. Language and gender. Men and women may use language differently in society. A. Language and social identity. Language show group identity such as social or class or community. Main concept in anthropolinguistics. A. Language as social practice. Language is used based on situations, speakers, and listeners. B. Speech community. A speech community is a group that shares the same language, rules, and ways of speaking. C. Speech acts. Words can perform action such as promising, ordering, or naming. 5. Language in rituals and ceremonies. Ritual language is symbolic and meaningful, often different from daily language. 6. Research method in anthropolinguistics. A. Ethnography. Research life or spend time with a community to study language use. B. Participant observation. Research take part in activities while observing language. And C. Discourse analysis. Research study conversation and text in social context. D. Case studied. One event or group is studied in detail. 7. Example of anthropolinguistic studies. Example include language in ceremonies, authority speech, gender roles, and confident communication. In the conclusion, language and culture are connected. Ethnolinguistics study language as a cultural symbol, while anthropolinguistics study language as social action. Now for me, bye-bye.